My neighbor just stopped by and she found Scruffy dead. She wrapped her in a blanket and put her in a box for me. Told me where she found her, and she thinks a raccoon got her. So I just moved the box to the backyard and I took a photo of Scruffy's, where Scruffy was found. So the neighbor I caught yesterday, she was leaving, and told her about Scruffy was missing. She's the one who found Scruffy in the bushes. She said she smelled something, and because of our conversation, she decided to investigate and found the body. So it's still morning right now. It's still kind of early, and just I'm having trouble thinking right now. So, but yeah, my neighbor got a nice blanket and wrapped her up, Scruffy up for me. Yeah, so I guess I'm calling her a she now. I've been working on the missing posters. I haven't finished, but I was getting there, and yeah. So yeah, I know a lot of you are puzzled by why I keep saying he when it's probably a she. I still don't know for sure, but maybe I will make that final determination now that I have the body. But anyway, just the tortoiseshell calico, dilute calico tortoiseshell thing. I'm fairly convinced. Yeah, Scruffy is probably a girl. I just didn't know it at the time when I started, and I didn't really feel like changing the pronoun after all that time. And Scruffy was left pawed, which is usually a male. But anyway, it's not that important. But yeah, Scruffy was wrapped in a nice blanket, but I had to see to make sure it was Scruffy, so I asked if I could, uncover, and she said, yeah, obviously. And yeah, it was Scruffy, and I think I'm gonna take more shots, but I don't know if I'm gonna show them on YouTube, but it looks like there were, my neighbor said there was blood on Scruffy's, I think, mouth or nose, and so that's why she thinks raccoon got her. So I'm going to probably look over the body, and I might cut off a lock of hair for memory sake, and I might, I'm not sure if I'm going to wash her. So she already smells. She's probably been lying there for a few days now. It's been cooler, so this heat hasn't been an oven like the heat wave we had before. But I think I'm going to have to take care of the body today. My neighbor suggested I bury Scruffy in the backyard here. So I think I'm going to do that. Decided where. There's a couple of spots. So I walk over. So my first spot I was thinking was, so this is where Scruffy liked to hang out, like this time of day when it's cold, and perch on these rocks and sunbathe. These bushes died within the past couple years, and there's space here, so I was thinking maybe this would make a good spot. I'd sometimes see Scruffy walking in this area, maybe doing her business, I'm not sure, but since Scruffy was back here and there's space, and it's kind of out of the way. That maybe that would be a good spot. Alternatively, there used to be a Japanese maple tree that died, and actually there's another tree that just died. But the tree has been removed, and I was thinking maybe I can dig down here and bury Scruffy at the bottom, and then my neighbor suggested I plant a new tree. So I think I'm going to talk to her in the future, ask her her opinion on what kind of plants to get. She thinks, maybe I should get another maple for this place. I don't know about these trees, they weren't maples. I'm not sure what I want to get there. And then this was my dad's kind of special maple tree. This is the one, I've talked about it before, but this is unfortunately dead now. I don't think I want to dig it up today. And you see the other bushes overgrown on it anyway. There is a mound of dirt here that's just barren, not doing anything. This could be a potential spot too, though. I'm less inclined, I think, to do this spot. But yeah, this tree has some history because my dad and one of his best friends, transplanted it from the friend's house to here, and it was a big effort, and they didn't think the tree was going to make it, but it actually survived to probably over a decade, maybe more. Unfortunately, it finally didn't make it like 2 winters ago. If you go back through the videos, you can see me worrying about this tree. I wasn't able to save it, despite all the things I tried. My dad's yard and Scruffy are now interconnected in my mind. Ironically, my dad didn't like cats, so he'd probably chase Scruffy away a few times. But I don't think I have the heart to put Scruffy's body in the trash can, so I think maybe burial's the best thing. I think, I don't know, is there more? I think, yeah, these spots aren't so good. This bush died. I don't think I like this spot. There's a little space back there. There's a tree that used to be there where the gap is. There's a little birdhouse there. But, it's an open space, but I think I like those other two spots better. Get more sun, and I think that first spot partly because it's near the rocks where Scruffy hung out, and I know Scruffy was in that section of dirt every now and then, although I know Scruffy was kind of all over the yard, so he actually walked on this path a lot. I think it was 2 weeks ago when I had the contractors here to fix the roof. When I think at the end of the day where they were cleaning up and I was out here inspecting, Scruffy got off the deck because he didn't like us. And he started walking around this path, and I remember he was walking here, and he looked up, saw me on the deck looking at him, but I think he was displeased with all the construction, and so he just kind of stayed here and then continued on, and I think eventually moved behind one of these bushes so I couldn't see him. So I spoke with one of my other neighbors, asking for advice and also emotional support, and they mentioned. So she helped me try to pick out some spots where I might bury Scruffy, but she also mentioned cremation as a possibility. So when one of her pets died, they got it cremated at a local vet clinic, and you can see the flies that are swarming. So unfortunately, Scruffy smells pretty bad, and I think by the time I dig up a grave large enough for Scruffy, I'm worried the flies are going to be a problem, among other things. So I called the clinic, and there are a couple options. There's a communal one where they bury the pet some distance away, and then there's a private one where I can get the cremation and the ashes back. And so I've grown attached to Scruffy, so I think I want a souvenir, a memento. So so I just finished wrapping up Scruffy. I have to take him in my car, and because he smells, I need to try to make it airtight. And then I was instructed not to bring Scruffy in immediately, but go in by myself first, and then they'll escort me in the back way with the body. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave for the cremation. Before I closed it up, I looked over Scruffy one last time, and I actually did touch him with my bare hands, even though it was probably a bad idea. Felt his fur on my fingers, and I actually cut a few locks of fur off his body. Tried to get a different color for each of his different colors. So he has the white and the dark gray, blue, or whatever it is, and then he has the kind of the tan, brown, orange, gold. So I tried to get a little clip of each. I also looked over Scruffy to try to figure out a few things. The body smells pretty bad, so it's kind of hard to do, and it's hard to look at. His eyes are kind of cloudy. I don't know if I'm going to show that, but it's, yeah, I might have a shot where I tried to close his eyes, make it look like he was sleeping. It looks like his underside may have some blood, so I think, yeah, he was wounded. So I asked the clinic if maybe a doctor could look over Scruffy, just to, give me a couple of clues, not a thorough exam, just kind of a overall, piece together what happened. And then I asked if I could settle the question, what gender is Scruffy? Probably she, but we'll find out for sure. And then maybe get an estimate on the age of Scruffy. I mentioned the teeth thing, so they're in agreement the cat's pretty old. So this is my very last time sitting here with Scruffy, at least his body, and I decided I wanted to reflect one last time before I turn over his body and no longer be with me. I also realized I should bring in the food now, since Scruffy's not going to come back for it. I don't want to attract the raccoons or other critters that got to Scruffy. And right now I don't think I can handle another feral cat wandering back here. So this is the last time I'm going to have to bowl his out, and I'm about to bring him in for the last time. So I guess I'll start that now. It's kind of a ritual. And grab the water for the last time. And I don't know. I'll leave the plate for now. This is a placeholder. Maybe for when I get Scruffy's remains back. I'll finally clean up the plate with closure then, but for now, I feel like I should leave it. And I'm gonna take that to the car and be on my way. And I just want to say again to everybody who's followed me on this journey, thank you. Your support has meant a lot to me, and I appreciate you staying with me this time. Until next time.